good morning, hello, and welcome. Oh, good morning, and hello, and welcome to Gordon in the Morning. It's Finish Strong Friday, and let me tell you, most people treat Friday like a throwaway day where they coast or they check out or they tell themselves, I'll deal with it Monday. But you are not here to coast, are you? You're here to close. You're here to own your finish today. Not scrambling, not crashing, but wrapping up your week with intention. So you go into the weekend clear headed and proud and ready to rest without guilt or overwhelm trailing behind you. So let's finish strong. Here's a quote from T. Harv Eker: "How you do anything is how you do everything." And this is one of those lines that hits deep because it calls out your habits, reminds us that little things matter. How you show up to the end of your week reflects how you'll show up to the next one and the next one after that. Sloppy, rushed, reactive, well, that energy is going to follow you. But if you finish with intention, clearing clutter, wrapping priorities, reflecting on wins, well, that energy will follow you too. And it creates a powerful launch pad for your Monday and the week ahead. So today is about more than checking boxes. It's about closing loops. So let's talk about how to do that. Now, before I do that, before I get into that, I just want to let you know tomorrow, if you're an online digital entrepreneur, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to be presenting, as I said, is about finishing strong. It's not about perfection, it's about closure. You don't need to get every last thing done, but you do need to finish well. And that means wrapping up the things that matter most, resetting what didn't matter so much, reclaiming your mental clarity before the weekends, and maybe even a little bit of planning the week ahead now so you can hit the ground running on Monday. Because if you don't finish with purpose, you're going to carry all that unfinished stress with you. And that will steal your weekend energy, keeps your brain spinning, makes rest feel unearned, if it's even possible to rest, and it leads to messy, unfocused Mondays, and that leads to a week of downhill slide. So when you finish strong, you feel confident, clear. You give yourself permission to rest, and that is when you recover in a way that actually refuels you. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one thing that you still want to wrap, clean up, or complete today so you can head into the weekend free and focused? Drop it in the comments, and I would love to hear what finishing strong looks like for you this week. Now, let's take a few examples of people who've mastered this art of intentional closure. Barack Obama, former president of the United States, the done list practice that he had. While he was in office, President Obama reportedly reviewed what had been accomplished each day, not just what was left to be done. This helped him maintain focus on progress and not just pressure. That kind of review process is closure in action. When you see what has been moved forward, well, then your mind relaxes and you regain perspective, and you're less likely to overextend yourself with last minute scrambling. And that's great. Serena Williams, her after match rituals. She didn't just prepare for the start of the match, but she had a ritual for how she ended each one. After each tournament, she and her team would do a debrief: what went well, what needs attention, and what's next. That's a great thing to do every Friday. Even if she lost, that reflection gave her a clean mental break and renewed focus for what was coming next. Finishing strong isn't always about winning, but it is about reclaiming control. So think back to a Friday where you cleared your inbox or cleaned up your workspace, wrapped up a project, or celebrated some kind of a win. Remember how good that felt? Now ask yourself, what if that feeling wasn't rare? What if it became your default? That's what we're building today. So here are a few ways you can finish strong without rushing and overworking or dragging stress into the weekend. First off, close the open loops. Open loops are anything that's unresolved. That half-written email, that unsent invoice, a decision that's pending, a follow-up that you've been avoiding. Make a list and pick your top 3 of those, the most important, not the most urgent, but the ones that are going to move the needle the most for you. Close those loops. Even if you don't finish everything, communicate where it stands. Sometimes just a progress report is a way of closing a loop and giving you the closure you need. That closure brings calm. Or celebrate a win, one win, big or small. Acknowledge something that you did well this week. A client that you served, a habit that you kept, a challenge that you showed up for. Celebrating isn't just about feeling good, it locks in the learning. You're telling your brain, this matters. Let's do this again. That success loves that recognition. And then prep your Monday launchpad, your Monday launchpad. Before you sign off today, pick your priorities, maybe 3 of them for next week. Block out some time for deep work. On my calendar, I use a green a category calendar in my Apple Calendar. I call it green time, and it is my time for deep work, where I block it off. There's no appointments being made during those times, and this is when I know that it's time for me to do my deep thinking, deep work. Choose your starter task for Monday. What are you going to do first thing Monday morning? And give it your resolve. This gives your brain that opportunity to know what's coming next and not have to think about it all weekend. And it lets you unplug without the mental clutter of, I should be planning. This kind of clarity is the gift you give your future self. So, hey, listen, if this show helps you start your day focused, motivated, and in control of your energy, please share it, send it to a colleague, mention it to a friend, post a clip, drop it in your group chat, make sure you're subscribed. And if you're watching on YouTube, notifications are on so that you get the little nudge to show up strong each morning. And I want to thank you for being here and part of this movement every day. Let's anchor today's work with our affirmation. I close the week with purpose, clarity, and pride. Say that again and really feel it. I close the week with purpose, clarity, and pride. Because you didn't just survive this week. You've showed up. You've handled your business. You've learned. You've grown. That is worth owning. So here's your Finish Strong Friday challenge for the day. What is one thing that you will do today to create closure for your week? Send that message that's been sitting there waiting for your attention. Write a reflection on your week's successes. Tie up a loose end task. Plan next week. Whatever it is, finish on purpose. And let me know in the comments what your strong finish move is. Next week, we'll be back with Make It Real Monday and a brand new energy to move your goals forward. But for today, let's stick the landing for this week. Lock in that progress. Step into the weekend with pride because, you know what? You got this. I'm Gordon. It's morning. And this has been Gordon in the Morning. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.